Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermit Skies. We're hanging out here in the base looking super duper fancy awesome. I love this draconic armor. If you didn't see the last episode, we successfully killed the Chaos Guardian, which I've been calling the Chaos Dragon, and loads of you have been commenting about that. I say so many things wrong, I get so many comments about it, it's just the way things are. Yeah, we got these Chaos Shards from that, and I said that we'd be duplicating them. Turns out we can't duplicate these things, which means we've got to fight the Chaos Guardian over and over again. It's ones that have this yellow label right here with EMC. Those are the ones that we can actually duplicate. So, yeah, we're going to have to fight it manually again in the future. I also just noticed over here that this thing has had slimes on it for ages, and I can't remember what I needed the slimes for. I certainly needed a lot of them at the time. If we go over here, that thing's been running for ages. Yeah, look at that. I am not surprised. 17k slime blocks. That's kind of mental. That's kind of mental. Anyway, in order to get into Project E and start duplicating stuff, we need to make a Alchemist chest, and we make that like so. I've been gathering up the materials, and I've run into a little bit of a problem, which is going to send us on a little bit of a grind. So we got to make this low covalence dust. I'm probably saying it wrong. That's usually the case. We require manulin and raw carbon, so you can see that I prepared that. But the manulin we simply got from sifting over here. We get ourselves some ardites and some cobalt, and I mix those together in the smeltery, and we made that. Now the next one that we need is the medium stuff, and that requires inderium, which we did ages ago, and a carbon ingot. So that's cool, we got that one taken care of. And then the high stuff, it needs a carbon block, which I prepared, but it needs this ludicrite ingot, and this is where we go down the wormhole, okay? So the way that you make this stuff is by clicking on the block. It has a crafting recipe, so we need to get plutonium, grains of the end, iridium. This is going to get crazy right here. If we go into plutonium, you can see we can make it out of cyanide ingots, and if we go into smelting, it's from the dust that we get it, and we get that dust by sagging yellorite ore. So I think the best way to get our hands on some of that is with a digital miner again. If I'd have known that earlier, we could have been gathering some already. But this time what we're going to do is go to the deep dark, because I had so many comments from people saying you should use the digital miner in the deep dark. Now here is what I'm going to do when we get there. I'm going to go down to the bottom area where it's very hairy and full of mobs, because I believe this top area doesn't have a lot of ores. I could be entirely mistaken. I don't particularly see anything yet. This is our little drop down hole here, by the way, so we can just go all the way down. There is ore actually, we can see some of it right here, just not a lot. So we're going to put the digital miner down in the bottom area, and straight away there are mobs waiting for me, so I'm going to go down here and avoid them entirely. Right, and is that some of it? Right, that's what we need. Hi, did I pick you up? I did. Excellent. This is the stuff that we are after, my friends. Yellorite ore. I'm going to go down a little bit further into this cave so we are safer. I think I might have night vision on because of this stuff. Yeah, I got night vision. I can see it on there. Anyway. Right, let's set down this digital miner and let's try and get some yellorite ore. This one actually has two names. I'm glad I double checked here. Or yellorite or yellorium. And they kind of look the same here. Let's scroll downwards. Yeah, they pretty much look like the same blocks. I'm not sure why they got two. Anyway, all of these things are set to the maximum, right? Silk Touch is on, and that's it. Let's go. Find me some. It's found me some industrial grade graphite, and now we've gone and lost power. Why is that? We should be getting power through here just fine. This thing is receiving power, right? Okay, there we go. It's running now. I guess it just needed a little bit of a reset or a move around or something. So I put 51 of this yellorite ore into here. I haven't waited very long, so we'll get more, that's for sure. But the drop rate is very low. We need 32 of these, I believe. And 6 from 51, that's not particularly great. Just means it's going to take more time. So the rest of this operation is kind of easy. We need iridium ore, but I believe I already programmed that into the digital miner because I've got stacks of the stuff in my storage system. So all we got to do is smelt some of that. We don't need a lot. That's awesome. And then to make the grains of the ends, this one right here, we just got to do an ender crystal. So a couple of those and we get the 2 that we need. We only need 2 of those in total. So now it's just a waiting game. I'm just sitting around waiting to make this stuff, and I've just realised I think I put like a half a stack in there and I didn't get 1 cyanide dust, which is kind of disappointing. Wow, that's not good. I just put 2.5 stacks in here and I got 4 back. So we started off with 51 and 6. And since then I've put in over 3 stacks and we've got 4 more. This is slow. We need 32 of those. Yikes, I hope there's another way, because it's just a waiting game at the moment. Now, I've been looking into what's next once we make the Alchemist Chess. This thing itself has some cool properties. You can put items in, like the black hole bands, and it means when you're nearby and you throw items on the ground, they get sucked into the chest, but none of it's particularly useful for what we want to do. We want to be making the energy condensers straight away. And I've prepared the obsidian chest and the crystal chest down here. These are made from diamond chests, but going back to that one right there, we need red matter, we need dark matter, and here's where things get interesting, because this stuff is all made out of this... I'm not even going to attempt to say that. It's some sort of fuel, and all of this fuel requires a Philosopher's Stone, okay? So 4 of those plus a Philosopher's Stone makes one of those, but... those are made from them, which means to make one of those we need a whole bunch more of these. So I did the math, and it turns out in total it would end up being 3,192 Philosopher's Stones, which is just over 49 stacks in total. So what is the recipe for this Philosopher's Stone? Yeah, it is that, meaning that you would need 49 stacks of this individual thing each time. That makes me think that actually you only need to craft one of these, and then it's one of those crafting recipes where it stays in the bench. That is my theory for now. Alright, so now we've got to go through all of the materials that we need for this. Graphite dust comes first. You should turn off your magnet when you're doing things like this, you know what I mean? Yeah, we blow that stuff up, we'll get the hyper diamonds. Come on now. We need 16 of them, but we're going to get more than that. Or not. I didn't use the wrong type. Oh, they went over there. That's fair enough. Excellent. Aha, we have already made one of these before. That's right. There was a quest that encouraged us to make all the crystals from Ender.io. And we can keep items in this bench over here, which is fantastic. So we can see our progress as we go. So we've gotten that far into making this stone so far. The next thing that I'm going to do is the flux crystal. So if we go... there it is, fluid transposer. Right, we've got one of those, and it's just diamonds and destabilized redstone, which we're going to have to get from a magma crucible. Do I have those machines over here? Pulverizer, induction smelter, redstone furnace. Magma, wait, I saw it. Magma crucible, fluid transposer. Right, they're right next to each other. Excellent. So, redstone into there, and then diamonds in here, I think. That is the way it gets done right there. Another concern has crossed my mind though. What if this has like a limited amount of uses? Like a durability for crafting? That would be unfortunate. Let's hope it lasts forever. Also, if you hover over it, it says press C to open a crafting grid. That sounds cool. That sounds like it can be a portable crafting bench as well. Is that how it goes? Have I remembered correctly? I have. Excellent. So what are we going to do next? I'm not sure. Maybe this lithium dust. My friends, I believe we have been gifted something here. We have Lithium Dust, which was a rare reward from a loot bag, and I saw it because I've been cleaning out the inventory here. It just all got backed up again, so I wanted to put some items that are on their own into here so they don't fill up drawers, and I was going to trash some items as well. You can see I've got some steel seeds in my inventory. I've actually just set up some of those over at the agricultural farm, and you know, got the seeds on that side, the essence over here, because I believe what we needed to do to make the lithium dust was create a big old structure. Okay, so if we click on lithium here, actually I believe that might be the wrong one, liquid lithium, we can use that to make this in a condenser, like so, but the liquid lithium requires this thermal evaporator controller, and you need to do that twice because you go from brine to liquid lithium and from water to brine. Now this is actually part of a multi-block structure, a really big multi-block structure where you build 2 towers, which I wasn't looking forward to as it's going to require and cost a lot of steel. If we just go back into there again and click on that block, you see it's made out of these thermal evaporation blocks. Well, they are made out of steel, and you need to make 2 big towers basically to convert all of that stuff. Turns out we actually got what we needed from a loot bag, so that's pretty cool. It means I don't have to build some crazy complex structure that I know absolutely nothing about, and I think that literally leaves us with the night slime now. So we need purpley slime stuff. If I just type slime in here again, aha, look at that. We have some purple slime balls, And yes, we can use that in the smeltery and make the night slime now. So we have purple slime in there, liquid purple. We've got seared stone. Now the iron's gone in, you can see something's happening. And there it is, molten night slime. So that was nice and simple. And that's the last ingredient. Whoops. I meant to click on that bit. Awesome. Right, now we can make some ingots and blocks and finish crafting this Philosopher's Stone already. And that's it. Alright. Philosopher's Stone, finally. And hopefully we'll only ever need one of these. Aha, I was expecting that. I forgot to go look at the little quest thing. And I just pressed C and it opened this up. And I see a little meter at the bottom, which has me slightly worried that it is actually going to have only so many uses. Yikes. And where do we get started? Coal. I know that coal is one of the things that you need. So let's go over and make some of that and see if it changes it at all. Right, so I'm going to shift a stack of those. And the bar itself just disappeared entirely, which was not what I was expecting. I'm glad that we've got a heck of a lot of coal because this is going to chew up a large amount. So we need 152 of these, which is over 2 stacks. And just look how quickly we can chew through this because we got to now shove all of that into there, get inside the inventory and turn all of that into this stuff. And then it gets crafted down again and very quickly does all of that coal just disappear. So with this fuel right here, which I will not attempt to pronounce, we can make the dark matter using some diamond blocks. So I made 16 of those dark matter, and then we needed to use it with the fuel again to create this stuff. So now we've got 4 of each of those. 4 dark matter, 4 red matter, and that's everything. We've made the crystals, we've got all of these bits, and we can make the energy condenser once we've made the Alchemist Chess. So we're just waiting on this thing right here, really. And I guess that means I should go back and check on our digital miner. Someone is making bad decisions in life. See you later, buddy. I added a teleporter on my dislocator to get over here, so that's nice and convenient. And check that out. 4 stacks of the yellorites. I've got a feeling it's still not going to be enough, though. Let's use this thing to go home. And yeah, we just got to sag this and hope we get enough. Remember, we're after, I think, 32 of that, so we need another 20 at the moment. I just put in some flint, and it increases the bonus output by 125%. But if we were to make some dark steel balls, which would be nice and easy, then we can increase it to 200. So I think what I'm going to do is take this out and replace that with something else. You can see we're up to 20, so we just need another 12. Hey, look at that. We've got 10 or so left and we've got the 32 that we need. So timing was good there. Timing was very good. Without that, I don't think we would have got enough. So that was the missing piece of the puzzle. We needed 4 of those with the 2 grains at the end and the iridium blocks, which gives us the ludicrite block. And I can't remember the next step. I think it might have been to turn it into ingots. What do we need that for again? Oh, we just wanted 1 ingot. Excellent. Okay. And then we mix that with the block. We've got 40 of those. Right, and now... Oh, we got a quest for that. That's really cool. But let's go over here and make this thing. Aha! Finally, we have the Alchemist Chest. Awesome. Achievement get, storage upgrade. But, of course, now what we're going to do is chuck this thing straight into this setup over here and upgrade it to the next level. Apparently, I left something in over this side, some sort of upgrade. But there we go. Shouldn't this thing start? Excellent, excellent. That is a pleasant sight. Awesome. It's charging up. Right. And it's going to make us the energy condenser. There it is. Quest complete. And if I understand how this works, you plop it down on the ground. And it doesn't require any power or anything like that. Let's go and grab some nether stars. And something else as well. I'm not sure. Let's go grab some diamonds. Okay, so if I remember correctly, you tell it what you want to make at the top here. So you want to make diamonds, you put in a nether star, and it turns it into diamonds for you, right? I wonder if there's a cost for converting, though. If I want to make a nether star and I put in 17 diamonds, does it switch all the way back? Let's put in some more. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. Maybe it needs enough to make the thing in reverse. So it turns out that this thing can get a little bit bugged out, so we're going to start over again. I kind of forgot what we actually did. If we put in those diamonds, right, we get 3 in total. What I want to see is, do we get a stack back when we swap this around? So we're going to take the 3 nether stars we just created, And we're going to grab some diamonds. My guess is that this thing is going to be lossy. Otherwise, I don't know, a 1-to-1 conversion ratio. Maybe it does make sense. And it gave me 13 diamonds straight away. Right, so that must be the leftover from the Nether Stars. Interesting. So now if we go and put the Nether Stars in there, right. Aha, we've done the experiment properly this time, and it has actually worked on a 1-for-1 ratio. Okay, look at that. So we got a whole stack of diamonds back. Right, so this isn't lossy at all. That's fascinating. Now, we've got to think about what items is it that we want to be duplicating here. This mod is definitely well and truly overpowered. If I do that, we can start getting some of those. What I actually want is just the blocks. There is a quest that requires us to get a lot of different types of block. One of those is plutonium. Another one is the superheating element, which we need 120 of. Ah, you're not duplicatable. Okay, that's fair enough. But this one is, and I can't remember how many we needed. So if we just chuck a stack of diamonds in, look at that. That's ridiculous right there. Okay, so how many of those do I need in total? We need 40 of those. We've already got the Yellorium blocks. We need to do the Ludocrite blocks and the superheating element. And we've already got the Awakened Draconium. We've got like 800 of those now. So how did I make the Ludocrite blocks? That was quite tedious. It was Iridium and the End Crystal thing. Yeah, that's actually not going to be so bad to make. Yeah, super duper easy. So we got ourselves a Ludocrite block. Again, just because I'm terrible at remembering anything. 60 of those in total. I didn't think we'd be able to do that quest. I thought it'd be too grindy. Also, emeralds have a really high score here. Let's just put in a handful of those. Let's try that again. And, oh, no. These are going to be expensive. Okay, that's fair enough. Some of them will be expensive. This is a bit of a 1-for-1 with emerald blocks here. So that works out well. That works out very well. Awesome. We got our 60, we got our 40. Now we've got to craft 120 of these. That might be a little bit pricey. We've got tons of copper and redstone. That's not a problem. It's the steel and possibly the osmium, which might take a little bit of time to get. Ah, of course, we're actually farming the osmium. Okay, so that's good. But then it's the steel, which we have just started to farm. Thing is, you need 4 steel ingots to make one of the blocks that makes the superheating element, and we need 120 of these, so that's 2 stacks. That's 8 stacks of steel. And how many can we make right now? 2.5. If we give it a bit of time, we'll end up with enough. We've also got loads of steel seeds, so I think I'm going to go and increase our production as well. You know what? I didn't really need to go and expand the steel production, right? Because the steel itself has an EMC value. Aha. So we can make those that way. And then I've prepared for what we're going to do next, which is start to change some of this, duplicate some of this stuff, because we can upgrade our energy condenser to the next tier, which I didn't think we'd be doing today, but now that I look at it, duplicating stuff is going to make this really easy. We do need to make a personal chest and a ME chest as well. I've got a feeling I've already made one of those, so hopefully that thing isn't mental. No, that's super duper easy. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing next. I'm going to guess, though, that this stuff is expensive. How many emerald blocks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, around 3 or 4 to make an extra one of those, and we've got to get 9 of those to turn it into a block and then double it. So actually all I really need is about 18 of these. This meter here is like, it's good that there's a meter there, but it doesn't tell you a lot really. 512, that is the cost of that thing. I'd like to know how much we have stored, because I just put in 1 emerald block, and I guess if you divide that number by 512, then that's how many are here. Awesome. I think that's probably going to be enough now. We're going to be able to craft the superheating elements. 1 and 2, and that's it. We've just made over 120 of those. Now this thing is a checkbox one. Let's just double check. Yep, we've got all of those, so we just tick it when we've done it ourselves. And that's back on the very first quest page. Awesome. Glad we got that one done. And then in here, look, we've been unlocking a few as well. That's kind of cool. Haven't claimed any of the rewards yet. And now we're going to do this one right here, the Energy Condenser Mark II. These blocks are a little cheaper than I thought. They only took 4, so you can make them in a 2x2 crafting grid, which is cool. So we need that. I need to go pick up the chest over here as well. That's what I've forgotten to do. And we should be good. In you go. No, something is wrong. What have I missed? I'm a dum-dum. There was 2 on each side, so I never made enough materials if they did cost 9 each. Luckily they cost 2. So just throw in a couple over here. Oh, hello, hi. Couple on the other side. And away it goes, right? Yes, there we go. Awesome. I didn't expect to be making that one in this episode, but that is good. That is good right there. So, my friends, we actually got a lot more done than I thought we ever would in this episode. Energy Condenser 2, that is awesome. Now, I believe the next step is to make the Transmutation table, although I've looked in here, it doesn't actually require this chest, which I thought it did for some reason, so we'll probably do this next episode. But now I've been looking at this and thinking, we set up a farm to make the HDPE when I think we already had one of these. And one is actually exactly what we need now. This is the thing about this mod being overpowered, is that you kind of don't really need to make farms anymore. You just, you know, get everything from here. So, for example, the Starry Emerald, or whatever else there is, the Dark Solarium Ingot, we just make one, we chuck it into here, and then we get what we need. Anyway, this is now slightly different. I'm not entirely sure how this works, actually. Ah, there we go. That's how you get it to work. Right, so now if I go and change that to Never Star and I put the things in here, so now you've got like an input and an output side, although that way around it doesn't work. I'm guessing the Never Star isn't there. Yeah, so it bugs out. That thing can bug out a little bit. So with this, I believe you can then automate things a little easier, you know, pumping the items into here and then they'll get converted and go onto that side over there. But what we'll need in the future is like a permanent currency that we're going to pump into here. The other hermits have been using emeralds, and I've got an idea to use something different, but I want you to put your best suggestion in the comments down below for what you think we should use. And don't say emeralds or diamonds, okay? Something else. I got a really cool idea. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thanks for the support on the series, and I'll see you in the next one. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.